invited here today, and my first guest is Miss Cynthia De Lorenzi, and she is known as the Chief Diva Extraordinaire of Success in the city. Welcome, Cynthia, and thank you so much for coming to Mentor Forward.
Thank you. I am delighted to be here today.
Well, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Please.
And let me begin with what brought you here, because I know you are not from this area. So first start off by just telling me a little bit, or telling our viewers a little bit about your background, how you ended up in this area, and then I'll ask you a few more questions.
I'm delighted to. Well, first let me say why I'm called the Chief Diva Extraordinaire.
Okay.
First is automatically by giving yourself a title as humorous as that, it tells you something about me and about my organizations and the things I do. So that's why it's unique and different. So, and I always like to tease people, I say, well, I feel like you're going to find out sooner or later. You might as well know now. So
that is great.
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Well, actually, I was raised around the world, but spent the last 25 years in Dallas and raised my family there. And personal tragedy brought me back to this area. My brother passed away in 2002.
Oh.
So,
I'm so sorry.
In a very challenging moment of my life, I had to make a decision about staying where I was or coming here to help my family and take over his business on behalf of my family. So I made the decision in 2002 to move here. My husband came and our son, and here I am in this area, Washington, D.C., and I don't know anybody. I don't even know how to get to the ladies' room. So it was a big challenge moving here.
So, okay, so the next question is, all right, you came to help to take over your brother's business. How did success in the city come about?
Well, the first 2 years I was here, I had my head down. I was working. I was focused on the business. But in the second year I was here, in 2004, I looked up and I realized I didn't have any friends. We're a very close family. I have a close, wonderful relationship with my husband, my children, my sisters, my mother. What I didn't have was the friendship of girlfriends. But it's not just girlfriends, it's girlfriends who are similar to you. And so what was unique about my situation? Well, I was the CEO of a company, very highly known. So I needed to find a woman who was maybe in my age group, had some experience, was running a multi-million-dollar company, maybe faced similar challenges. Well, how do you go find those women?
How did you do it?
Well, you didn't go in a bar and find them, you know, they told you you're in the wrong place. Well, how do you find them, especially when you're working in a male-dominated industry? Well, I had met people along the way, but nobody had gelled as a friend. But I wasn't behaving in a way to make friends. I mean, I knew people, but I was behaving in a way that says I'm about business.
Correct.
I need to behave in a way that says I'm also about friendship. So I hosted my very first event, along with a coworker, Lana Bynum, who was working with me in my company. We hosted an event to say goodbye to Sex in the City as a joke.
Okay.
It was simply as a joke because, as I say, sense of humor is very important to me. So you had to wear high heels and red lipstick.
Okay.
Which is a big demand in this town for a lot of women. And we also collected information about our guests that nobody else knew before they came to the event. So they came in and they had to then go find that person, match that person to that event.
How many attended?
Probably about 40 women. So 40 people I had met along the way. And I had felt that if I could find 2 women, possibly 3, to become friends of mine out of this first step, that I would have reached everything, accomplished my goal. And what I wanted was a woman to talk to and say, hey, can we meet for dinner? Let's go out for some coffee. Let's go shopping together. Just those kinds of friendships where women speak casually and talk about the challenges in their life. From that event, women called and said, when's the next one? And I said, that was it. And they go, oh no, we're doing it again. And thus Success in the City.
So that's how it started.
That it is how it started.
Then what made you sell your brother's business and devote yourself full time to Success in the City?
Well, you know, there's no accidents and it's all accidents.
Yeah.
The regulatory framework for independent service providers was beginning to shift greatly. What happened was that they were beginning to lay fiber in the ground, and as you laid fiber, what they're doing is removing the transport system, copper, which is our transport system. So I began to see this regulatory framework, which was telling me that I was going to be a diminishing commodity.
Okay.
So I needed to make a good strategic move. And mind you, this was not my company. I'm there to represent my family and the investors.
Right.
So I had to make a decision what to do. And I recognized based on this, it was time to sell. Okay. So I made the decision to sell. Had not intended to, but I had to make that decision for the best interest of everybody. So I had a little bit of free time. I started a couple other companies, which is what I do anyway. I'm an entrepreneur. But Success in the City then had an opportunity to really have some focus.
Well, let me ask you this, because I see that they're giving us the cue. So I wanted to ask you, what role Cynthia, did networking play in growing your success
It's
in the
been
city?
everything in my life. But the most important
tell me-
part,
yeah.
the most important part is that it gave me a sense of centered and connectivity in my community. There is nothing more important. I have the most incredible friends. I can tell you that we have a download today of over 1,000 women who serve in leadership roles in this community. I thought we'd be lucky if we found 20.
Isn't
we have
that
over 1,000 women.
great?
And it's everything. And I can't tell you how many times women have come up to me since founding this that said, my life, my career, my marriage, my family has not been as happy as it has been since I found this.
Because they all found an outlet for themselves.
Exactly. Women need to be
And
connected.
to be connected with women of like mind.
Exactly. It was the commonality, finding the commonness that we all had together. We're running companies. We've got lots of challenges.
And these women that you met, would you say that you met them at networking events?
Yes.
Is that what
Yes.
you did? You were
Yes.
strategically targeting specific events?
Always strategic.
Where it was senior level executives,
Exactly.
correct?
We made the message very clear. And when people come, they understand what our message is. But we try to set up an environment for women where we actually use humor as part of our networking events. And we really encourage networking in a unique way. And we say it's not your title that's important, it's who you are.
That is really lovely. So what is your goal for success in the city in the future? What do you want to accomplish with it?
I never...
Aside from fun.
Well, I never expected to happen what's happened here. We actually have inquiries now from around the country to start chapters in other cities to go
Wow.
international.
Okay.
So we will be going all around the country starting chapters, and watch, we'll have lots of great news
What are
coming
you
forward.
doing, Cynthia? Are you doing monthly events, or what
We
do you
do a monthly lunch.
You do a monthly lunch?
Which is your traditional women's lunch, where
Okay.
you come. No objective other than for women to get to know each other. We do a monthly event called CEO Chick Chat, which we had this morning. We take a top-level CEO woman, we interview her, but not your traditional interview, like what was your biggest challenge, how'd you overcome it? It's very, very personal. We take a journey through her childhood, all the way up to adulthood, and you begin to understand the incidents, what happened in her life to help create the leader
So you
she
really
is today.
personalize.
It's
you
very
really
personal.
personalize. So we're going to have to wrap up, unfortunately, because I've really enjoyed the conversation and learning more about success in the city, and I am going to attend your
You're always welcome to.
Yes, the next networking event. But and I did want to share with the viewers that the information on Cynthia De Lorenzi's success in the city is being displayed on your screen. So if you are interested, please contact her directly. I want to thank you so much for being on Mentor Forward and for sharing your success story with us. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much.